What's up, everyone, and welcome to Daytona Under the Lights for the start of the BRL Series, season number 4, BRL 500. I am your broadcaster and host of the league, Sam Cook. We're live on Twitch Monster 27. I want to thank everyone for joining us in this stream. And so to get us started, if you enjoy what you see throughout the race, or if you're new tuning in, please hit that follow button. And that's if you enjoy what you've seen so far on the stream to this point, especially our races last week, then please hit that subscribe button and support the stream as we cover the BRL series. So we get ready to get started. We are here at Daytona for the start of the season under the lights for the BRL series. And so let's go ahead and get our starting grid underway and then preview what we can expect out here for the series. So let's first take you up front. Skitty Brave on pole. We're missing our defending champion for tonight. We're also missing the winner of the qualifying race, but we have Skitty Brave in the 46, awesome looking 46 ride, and he's looking to take 6545 over the top this season. And he has his partner in crime, Welp Dang, in second place right here, and is looking forward to going to work. This team underperformed in a large way last season. What are they going to be able to do this season? We're going to find out. XR Frosty sitting in the third position, and a great starting spot. This is where he finished last season for the BRL 500 last season, and he's hoping to have a better finish this season, but we'll see. Elmo standing his way. Pro driver, ran some last season, got some rookie stripes off. Now he's looking in that 54 to take the next steps, and that would be in preparing to run and have an opportunity to win his first ever race in BRL. Top 5 finishes off with Wes. That beautiful looking number 8 CMR Chevrolet takes the place of yours truly, Sam Cook. What type of vibe is he going to bring? Is he going to bring that winning effort to CMR, or will we see another underperformance, as he has only made the Final Four once in 3 seasons? What's he going to do in season 4? Woozy in 6th, Beloved in 7th, Hyundai in 8th, the White Hammer in 9th, LMP the rookie, beautiful run at Homestead. He's going to start in the back, however, and 11th will be Zero. Let's get you started and up front for the start of the BRL season here at Daytona under the lights. It's time to put on the show. 100 laps of racing. Green flag is in the air, and we are racing. Oh, and they're wrecking. Wreck in the back. Wreck in the back. They are wrecking already. Let's see what we got here. Oh my goodness. And just like that, we've got cars around and damaged. My goodness, what a wreck. Some cosmetic damage there, so that's good for them, but Beloved, let's see what happened there. Cosmetic damage for Beloved as well. Let's look at C. Elmo, who took a spin there. He's got some transmission damage, but outside of that, nothing much there. We've got our first caution here in our opening laps. That was pretty tough, a wreck. But it seemed like everyone got out of that pretty good, and I know they are thankful Thankful for that one. As you see some cosmetic damage there, but nothing too serious. And everyone is going to be able to continue except for Woozy Emu, who gets the first DNF of the race. And that is not how you want to start your race, your season in any league, but especially not in BRL. That's going to really be tough. So we're under our first caution on lap 1. Reminds us a lot of what happened in our qualifying race at Homestead, where on lap 1 we had a huge wreck that led to a caution, and then after that a long stretch of green flag that eliminates one of our drivers there. So we're gonna see how this race takes a turn here, and let's update real quick. Skinny Brave with the lead, and he is our blitz reporter for today. Now we won't be able to get a chance to interview him, but we will get the opportunity to take some time out to be able to talk with him, talk about him throughout the race, and be able to spotlight him throughout and see how his race is going. And right now I'd say his race is going pretty good, wouldn't you? So far so good for Skinny Brave in the 46. Awesome paint scheme on board that number 46 Chevrolet there. You see Kellogg's. I mean, I'm just loving this scheme. Color scheme is awesome. I got the Fruit Loops peacock sitting there. Is he a peacock or is he a parakeet? Don't get me to lying. Anyway, Bang Energy on that car as well. Advanced Auto Parts, and he's hoping to do something he has failed to do in 3 seasons. That being, get that 46 to victory lane. Couple things that have stopped him. The presence of Little Habibi, the presence of Ghost Train, the presence of Michael, and unlucky circumstances, for lack of a better term, that has caused him to miss out on victory lane. Right now, it seems none of those factors are in place. Will they stay out of the way, or will we see him fail once again to get to victory lane? We're just gonna have to wait and see. Wes, he is not new to being up front at a plate track, especially at Daytona. He's had some good finishes here. You think back to season 1 and season 2, but still unable to get to victory lane. Can he score his first victory in the BRL series? We have Frosty behind him, still sitting in 3rd, and there's Hyundai in 4th. Now, Hyundai has, to this point, still not ran a full season of BRL, but could this be the season he does? And if so, what type of competition will he be to the mainstream drivers? We'll have to wait and find out. And then hiking in there in the 91 is the rookie. So let's pay close attention to how everything turns out. Our first restart comes once again on lap number 4 of the BRL 500. Let's see how things shape up this time. Will anyone survive the first 15 laps of the race? Pay close attention. We're about to find out. Green flag is back in the air. Oh, we got a spin in the back. That looks like Frosty. It is Frosty. Car sounds healthy though. Not that much damage. We keep rolling. Fail to see if that's, I don't know if that's going to be a caution or not. I don't think so. They stay rolling. And Wes is going to lead right here. So here's the big question. What ended up happening to the 46? Skitty Brave mysteriously drops down. Now he's running in the 4th position on the track, and another caution. So we got another caution that is out. It's our second caution of the race, and It's going to have something to do with the fact that there are some slow cars back here in the back. Let's figure out what's going on. Let's see if we can catch some looks for damage here. As they blast through the cones, and yeah, we do have damage. As CLMO gets some damage here. So it must have been a multi-car accident that's going to bring out caution number 2. Now, let's break down what you're going to see in this race, because this is not going to be the type of race that it appears is going to be. But what I've noticed in a lot of these plate tracks, especially in BRL, is you're going to have a lot of quick hit cautions, where we have a couple laps, everyone's excited, first laps of the season. So what do you get? You get cautions. Cautions come out. But what tends to happen is everyone settles down, everyone gets the jitters out, the excitement out, they get the game face on. We're going to have a stretch of green flag runs where you're really going to see the strategy start to come out. You're going to see the pit strategy, you're going to see people stretch the fuel, try to set up for the end. And then you're going to have late race cautions that's going to kind of bunch the field back up. And then you're going to see who your players are for the end of the race. So this is all set up for the end of the race, but the excitement, the start of the season jitters and things are what you're going to see and experience right here. As you see the drivers goofing off here on board with CLMO, who got some damage there from Zero Fan. But that's what you can expect. And so we're going to see if indeed we will continue to see these aspects. But trust me, the consistent cautions are not what we're going to see. Not what we're going to see. So if you're a viewer at home, trust me, it's not going to be like this the entire time. Top of the field stays out. And while they stay out, let's go and tune in real quick to our first commercial break, and we'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody, to the BRL 500 here at Daytona. We're on lap 6 of 100 under our second caution of the race. We have yet to complete one lap of green flag racing, but do not fear, that is not going to be the pattern that you can expect here in this race. Everyone's excited to get this season underway, so you see the excitement come out in this style of racing. Wes is on the front row in that number 8 CMR Chevrolet, looking hopefully to bring that number 8 to victory lane. He started near the front and has worked his way up front. And beside him is Hyundai in the 5. The rookie LMP in the 91 is in 3rd place. Beloved moving up to 4th after being involved in that early accident early in the 500. Got that damage repaired. He's got up to 4th. 5th place is XR Frosty, and he will look to try and push back up to the front. We know he started near the front and is looking to try to improve his finish. All right, boys, let's see if we can get around the racetrack for an entire lap this time. Approaching the start finish line to prepare for the restart here at Daytona under the lights. BRL season 4 has officially begun, and we will see who our first winner is going to be as they position themselves. Green flag is back in the air. And there you see 3 and 4 wide racing through turn 1. That was exciting. The white hammer trapped on the high side. First lap of green flag racing complete, and the 8 of Wes is leading this race. We were on board with the 46 of Skitty Brave, our blitz reporter, who was on pole and fell all the way back here. Now, you know, I got to thinking as I watched that maybe his drifting back in the pack was intentional. Maybe he thought, I want to get in a position where I can ride a little bit, not be up front defending. So we'll see how that plays all the way through the series as they're side by side, shaping it up here. Look at the action here as Skitty tries to take that 46 back up through the field. We have cars everywhere as the excitement continues to brew, and Hyundai considers himself up front. It's 3 wide racing, it's spinning, it's turning. What a save. What a save by everyone involved in there, and we stay green. Wow, what a save. But what this could do is keep us separated and allow us to get some green flag runs in. Look at the newly formed SRX team. No, he was looking forward to having his teammate on track, but he doesn't right now. Frosty was able to stay out of trouble. Now he's up front and battling for top position. He's riding 4. Now we're something to keep our eye on as we look at LMP, the rookie, battling it out with Hyundai, and we're looking at the bump drafting. Now in BRL, you can bump draft. However, we know that what a save once again. These guys are wheeling these cars as Hyundai got a push coming out of turn 2. But what I was gonna say was you can draft, you can bump draft here, but you cannot lock bumpers for an extended period of time. So it literally has to be a bump and a let off. So we're keeping an eye on these guys as they draft. Are they locking bumpers or are they bump drafting? Now, when it comes down 5 to go, all bets are off. You can lock those bumpers and literally push all the way around the racetrack. So let's keep that development in the back of our minds for when we get closer. So now what this earlier wreck, what you saw on your screen, what it has done is broken up this pack here, or these drivers, into 2 packs. We got this lead pack right here, and they're soaking up the lead laps with our leader, Wes. Wes is doing an excellent job right now of controlling these lines, and he's going to have to. He's got a hungry Frosty and the 5 of Hyundai behind him, and then the rookie LMP, who looks like he's going to be one of those drivers, always in the right place at the right time. So we're going to have to keep a close eye on them. And then we have this battle back here, or this pack back here, that's in a straight line. They're pushing to try to get something started, and that is the White Hammer, a very experienced plate racer, but in BRL has not had the type of success that he had at in KMR all those seasons. He's looking to try to regain that, and behind him is Zero Fan in the 17, a driver who we have consistently seen as someone who's had a lot of speed. Maybe he's taking the time to ride in the back for a little bit. He's driving that forward in that number 17. And then Welp Dang is behind them in that 77. And there you see 6545 linking up back here in the back. That is Welp Dang and then his teammate in Skitty Brave. So maybe some team orders to get back there, ride, make some laps. Long race to go here. A lot of laps to turn, so no need to tear up the cars early in the race. And then Beloved is in last place right now, currently in the 1. Now you may think, I mean, it's only 10, it was only 11, 12 cars. It's only 10 cars now. But guys, look at the excitement we've already seen and look at the excitement that we can see. With only these amount of drivers does not mean we can't have exciting racing. It just means that, you know, when the big one does happen, literally everyone's going to die. So that's literally what it means. There will be no survivors. So these guys are really going to have to be careful. Back up front with our leader and Wes, and that number 8, CMR Chevrolet, doing well right now, calculating the laps, logging them in as they lead laps, lap after lap. And one of the things for Wes is, we know he's been an aggressive driver, a very strong driver. The question has been, does he have the speed consistently in multiple races? We've seen him in a few races be there towards the end. If you think back to the Pin Gear 110 last season over there at Dubai when we had that road course, and he was one of the players at the end of that race, but couldn't quite get it done. And that's kind of been the story for Wes this season. Think back also 2 seasons ago when they went to Brands Hatch, and the weather was one of the things that caught them right at the end and really derailed Wes's race. So now he's got a fresh start, fresh team, and is looking to take steps to try and make sure he's in the right position, and that he can carry momentum through and even try to snag a win. And without some of the heavy hitters here this weekend, the chances of him getting a win are high. So we'll just have to pay close attention to that. Look at our second place driver. This rookie has been so impressive to this point in LMP, and as you can see already, looking to try to get some a battle rolling. And you got to think, is it too early for this, as he's being pushed by the 5, and now we're about to have a new leader, boys. Just as I start talking about the 91 of LMP and how impressive he's been, he goes and takes the lead at Daytona. Now LMP is a driver, again, he's a rookie, but has shown a lot of skill so far in this race this season, in the races this season. Even when you look at what he was able to do at the qualifying race at Homestead in the rain, and how he was able to battle with drivers who have been proven and tested to have speed and talent in this league, is extremely impressive as a driver first race in BRL. If you want to catch that race, be sure to subscribe over on the YouTube side of things with Stream Monster 27. That's Stream Monster 27. Subscribe to that channel where you can see all of the BRL footage. You can see races from this season as well as seasons past, and footage from other leagues, like the league I'm running over on iRacing, the KMR series. So check us out, Stream Monster 27. Be sure to subscribe to that as well. And if you're new to the channel and just tuning in, welcome. Thank everyone for tuning in to the BRL 500 under the lights here at Daytona. And please hit that follow button, hit that sub button. All your support is not only I'm not only grateful, but I'm excited and appreciative of all that support that you guys give. What's up, Golden Dragon? What's going on, man? How you doing out there? He just abandoned me over in KMR, man. Just left me. Just abandoned me. I feel left there. I'm kind of hurt, man. I miss you and them awesome paint schemes. Hey, you need to come back over on this side of things. Come run BRL with me, man. We go through the field. Let's ride along with Hyundai real quick. Hyundai. That 5 on board, and this is what he sees off the hood of his car right here. And there you can see how much of a challenge it can be, because you can't see what's in front of you. But one thing I'm noticing is he's really taking the time to work with that 91. So this might be a development if you've got drivers, especially those that are back here in the back. Now listen, we can expect, ooh, that lag. Did that give him damage? No. Okay. But guys, we can expect something. Expect a caution to come out at some point in this race to bunch the field. It's not going to stay green the entire time. And if that's the case, for Wes, he's probably taking notes. He has to take notes because he has to understand, okay, who is going to do what? Who are going to be my friends? Who are going to be my enemies? If I poke out here, who's going to follow me? As you can see behind him, he's got help behind him. The 2 is pushing the 5 right here. And all of this is development. Right now, they're just learning. Right now, they're all, like I said before, earlier in that previous caution, you know, they've got that BRL Season 4 excitement out of the way. Now they're just chilling out. They've got the line going. They've got the line moving, and they're like, okay, yeah, well, let's chill out. Let's ride. Let's make some laps. But every so often, you're going to see, like, notice the 8 poking out, testing the waters. Now, who's going to go with them? If he has no help for him with him, he logs that back in. He gets back in line and tries to work his way back up to the front. But what we have noticed right now, this is also something he's taking notes with. Look at the 5 Hyundai. He's going to stay on the high side. That means the 91 is not going to have a drafting partner. You see some side drafting going on as he tries to take the air off of the side of the 91 to pull him back. And at the same time, he's going to try to work with the 8 of West. But see, notice this. Now everyone tags in line with the 91. So all of this is what he's learning. He's learning all of this stuff, where he needs to be. Nice pass by the 8, and West regains the lead here in the BRL 500. But that's the thing with plate racing, is Hyundai gets caught out there on the high side. That's the thing, is that everyone's learning. Everyone's trying to figure out, okay, what do we do? Who's going to make moves? Who's going to go with me? Who has speed? Who's able to push? Who's lagging? Speaking of lagging, look at the 54 of C. Elmo. That's not good. People are taking note of that. Hey, they're probably talking with him. Hey, you're lagging. You're rubber banding. So what does that mean? That means in a restart, you may not want to be trying to work with him. He could definitely influence your race, maybe even give you damage that could slow you down. So something to keep in mind here, as they are in line and running West at the point. Let's go back in the pack here, because in this second group here, you've got a lot of distance between these groups. So let's start up here, Welp Dang and Zero, because this is quite interesting. The 77 and the 17. Now, let's say I'm in the car. Let's say I'm the 77. What am I doing? Let's say I'm the 17. What am I doing? While I do want to ride, I want to log some laps, stay out of trouble. Already had some early wrecks. Already had one DNF in the series. What am I doing right now? Well, what I'm doing is I'm getting on the radio. I'm saying, hey, beloved, hey, Hammer, hey, guys, link up. Let's form a line. Let's get up through the field and let's be in position. And you want to be in position because these guys that are lined up, if they get lined up and they stay single file, they're going to make a lot of time. They're going to make a lot of ground. And with you out of position, when it's time to pit, when it's time to go down pit road and get that fuel and those fresh tires, you're not going to be able to you won't have a drafting partner. You won't be able to make up any time on pit road or coming off of pit road, because these guys could go in together, come out together, link up, and have that speed. You guys are separated. So I'd be on the horn. Hey, we gotta get something formed so that we can go down pit road together, come off of pit road together, and possibly be in position to make something happen later on. So I'm on that loud horn right now, talking with these guys, trying to get something going. But we shall see how everything forms up. 77 of Welp Dang, and Welp coming into BRL in season one of the favorites to really challenge as a road course racer. He had a road course racing background and reputation. A lot of road course wins in KMR did not translate into the BRL series to this point. We think back to season 2 when he had a big chance to advance to the playoffs, to the Final Four, and lost out on that opportunity at a DNF at Homestead at the road course. And ever since then, it's really not been able to gain any traction in the series. But each season that starts wipes the slate clean. It's like a new beginning. Will this be the kind of beginning that gets Welp Dang the momentum he needs to get through the season? We'll keep an eye out. Obviously, right now, running in the 5th position, but a long ways off of the pace. We'll see if he can keep that car clean and be there at the end. And there's Beloved car right now in the 9th place position. And, you know, for Beloved, it's one of those things where he's been working on trying to be a little more aggressive on the racetrack and fighting a little bit harder to try and be more productive and win races. As we got a caution. Hyundai appears to have DNF. Or maybe my thing is messing up. So let's double check first. I don't see Hyundai at all in that 5. Now, did he DNF or did he lag out? That's the big question. There was no caution that was thrown, so it could have been that he had an electronic issue that took him out of this race. No other cars seem to be affected right now, and our officials have not thrown the flag, so we have to assume that he is lagged out. He was a big player. If we notice, he was running up front with this group. So now that has transpired, that's another one less driver for contention for some of these big guys. But when you think about West or some of these others, it was who's going to be able to, who's going to be your help. Remember, Hyundai was one of those people that was poking out, helping the 8. Now he's gone. So now West is going to have to recalculate as we have a new leader up front. That's LMP back up front. West sifted back into 4th. So definitely there was some type of shuffling going on. West appears to be slightly off the pace. Frosty sits 2nd. Good run for him so far as he continues on. 30 laps complete. Here, the BRL 500, we are ticking the laps down here in the series. The 54 makes a return to the series. That C. Elmo 54. We know Paintbrush ran the 54 for a while. And we see him once again here in the series. That number. Got a driver down pit road. Who is that? That is West down pit road. Question, is he repairing damage? He looks like he is leaving pit road, all gassed up and ready to go, but he is by himself. So that leads me to believe he must have had some damage. And that damage cost him when he had to pit. So that's interesting. Let's take a look as he makes his way around. And now we've got multiple drivers in pit road. LMP in pit road. He's going to take the time to pit. A little bit of transmission damage there, but he gets gassed up. What about C. Elmo and other drivers as they get damaged? That resulting from pit road. Obviously, as everyone comes in to pit. LMP, 0 fans in. He gets gas. Gonna fill up well in our pit window. Kind of missed their average laps, about 30 to 32. Now, that leaves Skitty Brave out on the racetrack. Can't stay out too much longer, but he's gonna try to hold tight and gain some laps led, and he's got the white hammer pushing him. We'll keep an eye on those laps though. Keep an eye on that. And our first leader, C. Elmo, able to hop out in front of the field. What a run. He was able to get through pit road and gain that spot and gain the lead. So when these drivers up front pit, Skitty Brave and the white hammer, C. Elmo is going to be your leader. But this is what I was talking about. If you notice here on the map, there it is. You notice here on the map, look at this lead group, but look at how everybody else is spread out. Why? The reason why is because they weren't able to link up, or they did not link up on the racetrack, that second pack, to be able to go in and pit together. So now you're spread out. You've got no real drafting partner. You're kind of just stuck in these bubbles. You got a couple spots where there are 2 cars. Nothing compared to this group right here. So you've got 1, 2, and then you've got 3, 4, 5 right here, and 6, that's West. But 3, 4, 5 right here is going to make time on West. West is by himself. Then you've got Welp Dang 0. They're going to make time on West. There's still a chance for a pack. But then you look at Beloved, who was never linked up with any of those groups. And now Beloved is really on the island by himself and really could go a lap down. We'll keep a close eye on that development as we go back up front. Skitty Brave holding out as long as he can, 2.5 on that fuel monitor. So you have to ask the question, when is he going to pit? The answer, right now. Dives it down pit road. He's going in. The hammer is going in with him. So these guys definitely work together, and that surrenders the lead to this lead pack and CMO. 35 laps complete, a BRL 500 out of 100 with a possible 10-lap overtime. I want to thank everyone for tuning in, and stay with us. We'll be right back after this. Welcome you back, guys. On board Frosty, part of this lead pack, as they bump and push down the front straightaway, back straightaway rather. Front straightaway, coming to the back straightaway. Look how dark it is as they exit turn 2. Really dark. And you almost lose Frosty's car if it wasn't for that blue. And yeah, to your point, Golden Dragon, I tell you, yeah, you're right, absolutely right. That it sucks when you don't have that drafting partner and you're just riding around out there. But you know, that's when you communicate. You can't be afraid to communicate with the drivers around you and say, hey, you know, I need help. You know, I need you to back up to me. There's plenty of laps to get up to the front, but I need you to come back to me. I need you to be able to, you know, link up with me and draft with me so we can get together and be ready to catch this lead pack. It's difficult, you know, when you're not doing that. You make it difficult on yourself and on your race, and that's been the case for Beloved and a few others that are in desperate need of a caution now. You got to hope there's a caution. Can there be one? There absolutely will be another caution this race, but you've got to wait a long time, and in the meantime, you can go a lap down. Your race could be ruined, even with as few cars as what we have. You know, your race could be ruined. So really tough circumstances. These guys right here have done it right. They've stayed together. Yeah, they battled, but they've stayed together. They have shown a lot of speed. As you see inside the bubble, no contact. but really, really close. Pushing down the straightaway. You got to be so close. LMP dragging the brakes just a little bit. And there you see, are they locked? Or have they just broken the bubble? We have to keep a close eye because it looks like they're locked just a little bit. Frosty in the 91, we'll definitely go back and look at that here on lap 41-ish. Yeah, absolutely. I'm with you. I'm with you, Terry. I would definitely try to get another. Definitely try to get another 3-car train, and there are plenty of cars to do that with. You know, I mean, there's plenty of cars to do that with on the racetrack still. So far, looks like Elmo. We'll take a look at it again. But yeah, I'd be on there. Beloved, Skitty, well, dang, all you guys, we gotta line up. We gotta line up, because if we don't line up, we're not catching these guys. We're not gonna be in any sort of position. Well, actually, you know what? Really, it's too late for that. At this point, it just gotta be like, let's line up and let's hope for a caution. And I mean, at some point, if a race gets out of hand, now, listen, I'm not trying to cheat the system here by any means, but I mean, if a race gets out of hand in a certain way, you might just have to cause a caution. You know what I'm saying? Like, you may have to cause a caution. You may actually have to, you know, wreck somebody. There you see another 3-car group there of, there you see 0, you see the 77, and there you see West is falling all the way back here now. He's running 6th. So there's your other 3-car group right here. But is it too little too late for these guys? That's the big question. There's the white hammer. And the white hammer is sitting back there behind Skitty Brave. You know, one approach. Yeah. I mean, you have to, Terry, you almost have to. One approach that I did was, that I used to do is, I always thought about it like this. I'm not going to DNF out of a race if I'm not going to DNF out of a race and not have any control over my outcome. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I'm going to be fighting for something. We've got a car slow on the track. Here in 7th place, that's 0. 0 riding through the grass. He's definitely got some damage here. Now I don't know what happened. Let's see if we can get an idea of what happened here. And looks like we got a caution. Looks like we got a caution on the racetrack. We do. What I tell you guys, caution was not going to last very long of just straight green flag racing. And we got our 3rd caution of the race right here in the BRL 500. So this is a good opportunity for us to take the time. Let's let them open pit road first. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Something must have happened because we saw the 17 with damage. Not 100% engine, but we saw him with damage. So something must have happened. Pit road will no doubt be open this time. Now this helps a lot of people. It helps the one of Beloved a lot because he was in the back desperate. He was out of sorts. It helps the 77 and the 46 or 6545 Racing to be able to get their team back up into contention. It erases that gap, and now it creates some big opportunities. Pit road will be open this time, These guys really just pitted, so let's see who decides to go back down pit road. The 54 of C. Elmo surrenders the lead. He does. He's going to dive it down pit road, and he's going to have followers. Let's see who the followers are. Everyone on the field. So now let's see the race off of pit road. Who's going to get it? Fresh tires and fuel. Who's going to get that run off of pit road? See, Elmo races off to the front. Got a good jump. Cars bouncing around right here. And so it looks like C. Elmo's going to maintain lead position. Very, very nice. C. Elmo in first. Frosty looks like he's going to snag second place. He does. Frosty second place on the grid. LMP is going to take third place off of pit road. Fourth place is going to go to West. This really helps him rebound from whatever happened to him earlier. Skitty Brave rounds out your top 5, our Blitz reporter. And let's take the time here real quick to talk to our driver that DNF'd. Yeah, you too, Dragon. You too, man. Looking forward to it in the future. Hopefully we'll be able to get it done. Gonna be racing tomorrow night. Just throwing it out there if we're gonna have the opportunity to race. We got Beloved parked out back. So I don't know what. Is he stuck? All right, so we got our first interview of the race, and that's going to come from the driver who wrecked out the race. One of our first drivers to do that, and that's going to be Woozy Emu, driver of the number 24 HMS Chevrolet. And Woozy released from the infield care center, man. Lap 1, tough way to go out. What happened out there on the track, bud?
It's just terrified. Just brutal wreck out there. I have to check my live stream one on my YouTube channel.
Okay, man. Now I know you didn't have your teammate out there in 9. What's your mentality headed over to Monza, another fast oval-like track?
Oh, Monza?
Yeah, that's gonna be next week.
Oh, well, I know that track because it's a Formula 1 track, and I hope I do good there. If it's not, then it's just going to be a DNF losing streak.
And we hope we don't see another one of those, man. We got another wreck. We got another big wreck. That included Skitty Brave, the 8 of West. Skitty Brave, okay, but he's got some tough damage there. That looked like Beloved that was in it too. He was, but he didn't take flight this time. Sorry to cut you off. West as well with damage. Is it 100% engine? It is not. But that's definitely going to bring out the caution.
Oh, yeah.
We've seen a lot of action here at 3-wide racing.
Okay, sorry to interrupt, but C. Elmo actually wrecked me from the lap 2. Which lap are they doing it?
Well, it had to have been lap 2 because y'all didn't get a run of green flag. But hey, message me and we'll talk about it off the stream, okay?
Okay.
All right, we'll appreciate that, man. Who you got to thank?
The team, just the team and the sponsor, the wheel NASCAR driver of the 24.
All right, well, we thank you very much, Woozy, for taking some time out to chat with us Glad you're okay, and we'll see you at Monza next Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Okie doke. That was Woozy Emu. Disappointing start after a very, very hopeful run at Homestead a couple weeks ago in the rain. And he was hoping that was going to be a trend to start off, and evidently it wasn't. So he's looking to hopefully rebound. You heard him say hopefully he's able to rebound, or it's going to be another DNF streak, and we don't want that for him. So, guys, just as I predicted, you've got another rash of cautions. We're under our fourth caution of the race. C. Elmo is our leader. The 91 is sitting second right now. Frosty's sitting second. C. Elmo's sitting third. LMP sitting third. I'm sorry. Zero is up to fourth. And we have seen quite a bit of wrecking going on. And what we have noticed is on those restarts, those drivers kicking it up into high gear, taking those risks 3 wide, and really putting on a show for us. And sometimes that means you get wrecks. And that's the unfortunate part, where we have only had one DNF due to a wreck so far in this race. But don't expect that to last a whole much longer. Pit road is open this time. And we'll see who takes the bait. 91 net. He's gonna fake him out. But no doubt we've got the drivers behind. Whoa, we got Welp Dang in the 55, who has DNF'd out of the race. That's gonna leave 8 drivers left in this one. Ouch. Back up front. Ouch. Welp Dang. Not the kind of start that he wanted. And obviously, this is going to set him back a little bit. And Welp in that 77. That leaves the 46 by himself. In this as a teammate in this event. So tough circumstance. We are approaching the halfway point of this race, and if you think that you have seen the most action you're going to see with the number of drivers, you ain't seen nothing yet, guys. It's going to tick up, and you're going to see more exciting action from the BRL series here at Daytona under the lights. If you are interested in joining the series, please message me, Sam Cook 2728785 over on Xbox, or you can message my officials XR Frosty or Beloved Car 49786 to gain entry into the series. Next Friday we'll be in Monza for the short track race there in the short track action there, almost like an oval. And then the Friday after that one will be at Watkins Glen, and then Sonoma to finish off the round. As we approach the restart for Daytona, the BRL 500 preparing to go back. Green flag racing here. We have seen a lot of action as you drivers try and take it 2, 3. Well, I've seen 3, almost 4 wide. Let's see what happens here. Who's going to take home the first victory of the season? Green flag is back in the air. The inside lane gets a good run on the outside, but they're pushing side by side as they go into turn 1. We saw 3 wide last time. This time a little more organized. The top lane runs out of gas. It's a race to the bottom. See Elmo trying to maintain the lead, but he's got LMP that's going to try to take it into 91. He's going to try to jump up high and control the line. He's got the 2 of Frosty pushing him down the back straightaway. A little bit of bump trap there. See Elmo leads the line up to speed, and he's going to continue his run up front. He's going to lead lap number 50. We are at the halfway point of the race. On board the rookie's car, LMP. Here comes that run from the rear end. It's a good run. I mean, he's getting excellent runs here. A lot of power under that hood. Just right now, nowhere to put that power. He's got a lot of it. He's led some laps here in the BRL 500. There's nowhere to put that power so far. So how is he going to? How's that going to develop? There's the 8 back in the show. And the 46 of Skitty Brave so far. A disappointing run. However, still plenty of time to turn things around. Maybe he's biding his time and waiting. 46 just does not seem to have had the speed. Here we go, battle for the lead brewing once again as the high side comes to life, or at least so we thought. Frosty jumped out there thinking we was going to make a move. It didn't work. Back down they go, but who capitalizes on that? The 8 of West. Now he moves up to second, and he's going to challenge. He's going to challenge for that lead, gets him off balance. Now he's going to push for the lead. West gets it for 2 seconds. Now they're going to go 3 wide. 3 wide with 1 in the middle. No, he backs out of it. On board with Frosty, 3 wide once again as he's stuck on the high side. C. Elmo goes from the lead back down, and I think he wants that lead back. He's going to try to push up front. The only Toyota in the field, and he's trying to do something with it. West is your race leader. West trying to maintain the power from that run. And what we have seen so far is these drivers in this pack are not afraid to use that high lane to try and make something happen. And there they go again. LMP going to try to push. And this time leaves him on like, yeah, I'm going to help you out. No, I'm not. No, I think I'm going to go on the bottom. Goes right around Frosty. He's going to take that position back. He's right in 4th place on the grid. Now, all of this battling, what is it doing? It's allowing this group back here behind them to, if they were to get formed up, to catch up. A lot of pushing, a lot of firm pushing and shoving down the straightaways. West maintains the lead so far. And what's this? I believe we see a new player right now in this top group, and that is Zero in that Ford in the number 17. And he's running second. This is the first time we have seen him all race long peek up to the front. Now, how long can he stay there? That adds to this group here of drivers running and battling up front. And we see a lot of tight pushing in the corner. Ooh, look at the 91 right there with the 2. That was almost a disaster. You hear the pushing and shoving going on. Side drafted. Zero wants to lead. First laps led all race long for Zero. If he can get to the start finish line in first place, And that's at the expense of the 8 of Wes. 0. Your leader LMP has led the fastest lap, but it doesn't matter right now. 0 with the lap led. We have had several lead changes with Wes, 0, LMP, C. Elmo leading laps, as well as we see a 3 wide battle. They're going to go at it again. Not so fast, but no steam for these guys. Look at the 91 power his way up through and into this next group. This group is so exciting to watch right now. Oh no, the 8 is spinning in front of the field. We got a caution. Wes in front of the field dangerously, but everyone is able to avoid him, and that's going to bring out the caution. But what a move right before the end. That was some exciting stuff. We're under our 5th caution of the race. 0 is your race leader. Whew. So that was some exciting stuff, and I know Wes is happy that no one flew around that corner and hit him. We've seen races like that in the past in people's nights. We've seen wrecks, I should say, in the past in people's nights that way, because other drivers come in and hit them passing through as the caution comes out. So we're glad that nothing happened there. This is the BRL 500. If you are enjoying what you're watching, please hit that follow button, hit that sub button. And if you want to see more BRL action, including action from Season 3, Season 2, and Season 1, please subscribe to Stream Monster 27. That's the YouTube side of things. Catch some of those throwback races. Awesome viewership of those races. Very fun races to watch. And you can see the development of these drivers through those events. Stream Monster 27. Pit road's going to be open this time. While pit road's open, let's take the time to spotlight our Blitz reporter in the 46 of Skitty Brave. Let's ride along with him under this caution, and things have not gone according to plan for him, as he's going to, ooh, what a hard run, and he was going to pit. Wow. And that was a hard right turn, boy. I'm sure he killed his tires doing that, but this is going to be great for him. This gives me something to talk about too. This is going to be great for him though. What a rebound, what a decision to do this now. Was it the right decision? We still got some ways to go in when it comes to laps. We still got quite a bit of race to go here. Is this the right move? Can he nail it in one more stop? These other drivers who have already pitted, now you're banking on there's going to be some more cautions late in the race. I'm going to be able to pit. Let's see if this, hopefully this doesn't come back to haunt him, but what an excellent move. We saw him lead some strong laps early in this race, but we also saw him dwindle off and go to the back some and kind of got lost back there on a couple of restarts. Well, now he's back. He's going to line up second beside 0. An excellent opportunity to seize this moment, get a good restart, get down in front of the field, and get back to the point. But really, again, this is momentum for his season, for his entire season. He needs this momentum. He needs this run, because I think if not, it's going to be really difficult for him throughout the rest of the season. We've seen him have some decent runs, but not the type of runs that are going to get you championships. And this is an excellent opportunity with the playing field almost even to be able to show that he is a champion and a valid pick. One of my sleeper picks to make the Final Four this season. I'm really pulling for him this season, and here's the hope that he can get it done. All right, so let's look as we prepare for the restart here. 0 on the pole. Skinny Brave is going to sit second. We just talked about him. Third place is going to be C. Elmo on the grid in that 54. Fourth place is going to be Frosty in the 2. looking good. And 5th place to round it out is 5th place is going to be LMP. Oh, here we go. Yet another restart. Restart number 6 as we get ready to go. Green flag racing back in the air for the 500. And they push it 2 and 3 wide around. Going in the middle, 3 wide, making moves. Look at that, almost 4 wide. Skinny Brave is going to take the worst end of that as he gets sandwiched up next to the wall. Kills his momentum. He's going to be back there in the pack. In the meantime, everyone else is going to foul in line. Or someone we hadn't talked about much in this race so far is Beloved. Good thing for Beloved right now, he's got his teammate in the 8th of West right behind him, but they're going to have to stay with that lead group, which means you're going to have to be incredibly smooth and being pushed right now in that line is the 83 of the White Hammer. Someone else we hadn't talked much about. Can this group, look at West, make a move? Is he going to make a move on his teammate? I think he's going to try it, yes. He may try to leave this train, and that might help some with Skinny Brave able to rebound. No, that's not Skinny Brave. That looks like LMP. It is LMP back there in the back. He didn't get a good restart either. And so LMP didn't get a good restart, and he is going to have to work his way back up to the front. Let's get back up front. Zero, C. Elmo, and Frosty back up top 3 and are breaking away from the field. Look at this 3 wide action here on board with Beloved. It was 3 wide action. Then he taps the wall, and now here comes everyone out and around him. And teammates rubbing doors as Beloved struggles just a little bit to hold on to that race car. Finally gets it settled. They're in a line now and are kind of settled here, and back up front we go. Frosty in 3rd. And you see on your map the crew right here. Oops. And Frosty biding his time now. Last season, 500, he finished 3rd in that number 23 Toyota for who did we run for last season? XRE Racing. Now he's with a new team and is trying his best to try and strike gold first. Behind that number 54, he sits biding his time. 63 of 100 laps are winding down in this race. And I'll tell you what, Zero Fan was all but forgotten in this race in at number 17, but some type of way he was able to power his way up to the front late. And what an excellent decision it was, at least for the short term, not to pit in that last caution. But now the question is, will he have enough to make it all the way to the end? Take a look at that, 51.3 and counting. Will you have enough to make it all the way to the end? We know you burn more fuel as the lead car than you do in the draft. So as he pulls these cars around, the cars behind him can save fuel. He's burning them at the expense of speed. So we'll have to pay close attention to what effect this has for late in the race. But right now, looking good. Leading laps, looking strong, is the 17-0. And this is going to be his first full season of action in the series, as he hopes to battle for a championship this season. We know last season he snuck in a few races as a hot seat driver, able to move into the top 16. Now he's starting off as a full-time driver as he ran Homestead, battled up front at Homestead, and now is looking to try and win the biggest race for the BRL series outside of the championship race, the biggest race in all of motorsports here at Daytona. And while the laps count down and we continue on, we'll take a break. We'll be right back here at Twitch Monster 27 for coverage of BRL 500. We welcome you back to coverage of the BRL 500. We are riding along with the number 17 Azero fan as he continues his pace up front, followed by C. Elmo and Frosty, LMP and West, your top 5. This is the first race of the BRL series and the first race of round number 1 in the best of 4. For the top 16 drivers. We've had a couple DNFs. We've had 6 cautions, 2 DNFs resulting from 3 DNFs rather resulting in cautions. Well, 2 resulting in cautions. One was an electronic issue with Welp Dang, Woozy Emu, and Hyundai wrecking out of this race. We've had several lead changes so far, including what you see here with C. Elmo leading laps. Frost has led a few laps. 46 of Skitty Brave has led a few. 0. Wesley has also led a few laps. So really almost everyone in the series or in the race today has led laps at some point. And hopefully we'll get an exciting finish. These 3 right now riding it out, and I think right now that's the best thing to do. Continue to work to position yourself. Now this is interesting. This is the first time in this race they're going to come up on lap traffic, and it shows 2 things. Number 1, it shows the pace at which these guys are rolling. I mean, it's been incredible to see the pace that these guys are putting on up front in this lead pack. But also, now it's the first time that now you've got a anomaly. You've got something that's going to make this very, very interesting. How easy is it going to be to pass the 46? Is going to hop right out of the way. Yet lap traffic. So who's going to take advantage of this opportunity? Pay close attention and see. He looks like he's going to hop up out of the way and allow these guys to pass. Skitty going to go a lap down. It's just not been his race tonight in any way, shape, or form, and he is going to go a lap down. Now, get a caution, get your lap back. Anything's possible. You still could win this race, but it's just not been the type of race I'm sure that he's wanted or expected to have here for the first race of the season. We'll see how he rebounds. Let's go back to this other pack here. It's right along with the White Hammer. As we look at this other pack, and they are just as discombobulated as ever. As you know, you look at this group, and obviously they need to form up. I mean, they need to get in a line and do something. They're not going to gain speed this way. They're going to have to get in the line. They're going to have to work together to gain speed, because these guys up front are lined up and they're pulling away. So they're going to have to line up here and work together. And we just have not seen it out of this backpack, and that's why they will continue to battle for 90th instead of battling for the win, because they're not linked up. They're not going to be able to be in position for anything. Back up front we go. Skitty Brave falling off the pace with these leaders. These leaders putting on a clinic right now. Zero leading laps right now in a very strong fashion. Elmo in a Toyota. So we've got a Ford, a Toyota, a Chevy. 1, 2, 3 here in the lead, second and third. LMP in fourth. Someone I thought was going to be a real big favorite here to win this race, still is. We could have a late race caution. As you saw with the fuel, will that be an issue? See West giving that bump, trying to do something to get back up to the top 3. He's just going to need more help than that. And then he's going to have to hope that these top 3 make a mistake that's going to affect their race in a big way. Just like that. You notice that. Now that's a mistake. Notice how Zero arced those corners coming down in. Now, in any other racetrack, you would definitely want to, any other oval, you definitely want to arc the corners and make sure you get a good. At Daytona, no, you don't want to do that. And that just opens the door. If the 54 can stick a nose in there, it can open the door for 2 things. A, it can open the door for a battle for the lead, but then B, also, it could open the door for a wreck. And, yeah, that would definitely, with the laps ticking down as late as they are, then you're going to really see people start taking the gloves off and making moves that are going to be game changers. You're going to see a lot more caution, so keep an eye on that. Now, at this point, could it go green to the end? Yes. As spread out as these guys are. Do I think it's going to go green to the end? No, I do not. I think we're going to have a late race caution. Cautions breed cautions. I think we should still have a couple more cautions later in this race that's going to determine the outcome of the 500. It's going to be a hard-fought 500. There's going to be some disappointment, and we're just going to have to see how everything turns out. Oh, excuse me. Now, this race so far has been a tale of halves. With the first race, the first laps was a tale of, okay, who's going to survive? And we had back-to-back cautions and DNFs. Then the mid part, again, has been kind of smooth. It's been who's going to position themselves for that green flag pit stop. That's what we saw. We saw a lot of lead changes. A lot of cars that were strong early have faded. A lot of cars that seemed like they had faded and were not going to be in contention. We've seen them get up front, like Elmo and Zero Fan. Now at the end, it's going to be a tale of who did their homework, who's left, and will we see a late race caution? Look at the dive below. They're going to take the trip to pit road. Top group is pitting. That's Elmo. That's Frosty. That's LMP, not LMP. That's Zero. Now, what does that do? That surrenders the lead to LMP and West. Wow, I did not see that coming. So now the fuel mileage game is going to be played. Now it's going to be gambling on that caution, or rather lack thereof. What does this do? Surrenders to LMP. Now LMP and West, how are they going to handle this? Are they going to pit? Are they going to play follow the leader here? Or are they going to stay out and roll the dice? We've seen West roll the dice before. That was a very interesting move. What do you guys think about that? That's very interesting. Let's see how this plays out now. And, you know, really right now they're losing time. They're losing time in the lead because they only have 2 cars. And you got these 3 cars that have pitted together. So let's see if this proves to be an advantageous move for this group, or did they just give away the BRL 500 victory? And wouldn't it be something if in his first official start in BRL, he gets his first win? Who would that remind you of? My goodness. Maybe vibes of Michael or Little Habibi. We don't know. Beloved riding third, and I know he's liking to see that, but he's going to have to turn up the heat here. He's got the white hammer running with him. So that's going to be interesting. And then take a look at this group right here that pitted. Who came out first? Frosty came out. Now Frosty is leading this group, so if this other lead group goes into pit, Frosty could have the lead and a chance for the race win. Guys, I'm expecting a caution. I do think that we're going to see a caution flag come out late in this race, and then I think we're going to see some great action. So buckle up. I'm very, very excited for the end of this race as things ramp up here. That was a different move, but you can see why they did it. Look at the fuel for the leaders. Not going to hang in there too much longer. So let's see what they do, and look at where this other group is, just exiting 4. So that group of 3 is going to make up time on this group of 2. And then you have to think too, the later it gets, you get into 5 to go, they're going to start pushing. They're going to start locking bumpers. It's going to be locked from the start finish line to the start finish line. It's going to be locked. And they're really going to turn up the heat as far as time goes. This is great. It's gonna be great race. The 91, the 8, the rookie and the veteran, not linking up. Look at posturing move. Look at that, man. That really close. And see this right here. You see the aggression of West. You see the aggression of the 91 as well. And these 2 drivers, West. As there goes LMP, he's going to dive it down to pit road. West is going to follow him. They surrendered the lead now. So now next in line, Beloved car. Beloved's going to tag in. He's going to fly to pit road. And the white hammer's going to follow him. So now that group pits, and that's going to leave it to they're able to get out before they're able to get out of pit road. But the question is, can they beat the group that's circling around? The answer doesn't appear so. Nope, it doesn't. And West lost the bumper of the 91, but they're able, look at this, they're able to close the gap just a little bit. If they can link up, they might be able to close that gap just a little bit more. And that's what you hear. You hear the 91 dragging that clutch just a little bit, telling West, hey, you got to link up. We got to get this thing going. We got to get going. Back up front, Frosty leading the crew around. He is your race leader and a big threat to win this on his first try. And I know right now in that car, he has got to be feeling the emotions right now as he circles around this racetrack. See Elmo waiting in the wings here. and Zero waiting behind him. All of these drivers would love to get the victory lane, their first of the BRL series, and the first of this season. Big implications for the playoffs. Obviously, win and you advance. For all of these drivers, it would be a big win for them. We thank everyone for tuning in to the back half of this race. If you are new chiming in, this is the BRL 500 for BRL Blitz Racing League. I am your owner and host and broadcaster, Sam Cook, right here on Twitch Monster 27. If you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that follow button, hit that sub button. It'll be much appreciated. I'm very appreciative of all the support that you give to the community. We want to thank all of those that have followed in recent days. Thank you for joining the Twitch Monster community. We have an exciting race on tap. We've had 6 cautions so far throughout this race. We've had 3 DNFs, 2 via wreck, 1 an electronic issue. We have 8 cars remaining in the race, and then right now it comes down to these 3 cars. Fuel no longer an issue as the field has pitted, so now is strategizing for the end. 87 of 100. We are almost at 10 to go. 86 of 100 rather. We are almost at 10 to go. Could we see overtime? What do you think, guys? Do you think we'll see overtime in this race, or do you think we will go green and have a proper finish? Or not proper, I should say standard finish. SXR and Frosty in that too, joining our defending champion who was unable to be present in this race in the 22, and unable to be present, but I'm sure looking on right now and looking at his teammate lead, and that's something that he was unable to really appreciate or to enjoy last season, as the 9 of back and butt was his teammate, and it just didn't work out on the track for him at Daytona. By this point, the 9 was wrecked out. But seeing his teammate lead late in this race, I'm pretty sure makes him feel really, really good. And for Frosty, if he can get this win, I mean, what a big win it would be for him. As we hit 11 to go in the BRL 500, it's time to crank things up a bit. With this, I mean, Frosty again, he's riding, he's trying to maintain the lanes, and these guys behind him, listen, they're waiting to take advantage. Don't think they're playing it cool or they're just gonna ride. They're playing it cool, planning what they're going to do in these next 10 laps, because they're going to start pushing and shoving. They're going to start trying to get to the front. Speaking of pushing and shoving, see Elmo led some laps early. We saw him aggressively blocking and making moves. He's been pretty patient so far, but this patience is about to run out as they cross the line now. 10 to go in the BRL 500. Zero Fan, we saw him running up front in that Ford. Now the question, will he be able to resurface in that Ford? Pay attention, we'll see. Zero Fan is 17, and they're right outside the door of contention. LMP and West in the 91 and the 8. They were up front battling too. Now, these two drivers can catch that group. It's going to be on. It's going to be on because these guys are aggressive. They're going to make moves. We could see some cautions, but they've got to catch this group some type of way. Back up front we go. Frosty continuing to run here, continuing to lead the back half of these laps. What are these other guys going to do? Will we see a move? Speaking of which, we see SC Elmo poke out just a little bit. But what do we see? The 17-0 does not go. He's going to peek up underneath. Woo. And the door was slammed in his face. What does that do? Every time they do that, it allows his back group to start to catch up. 54 trying to catch that side wake, catch that side draft, pull the two back to him, and possibly make a move. In the meantime, he's going to need help. 17 not helping right now. That's going to allow Frosty to continue to maintain the lead. And this is where we could start to see the potential for a caution right now, because these guys are going to try to make those kind of moves. 17 may peek underneath. 54 is going to come down the block. And one of these times he's going to block, and that nose is going to be in there. He's going to get turned off the front of the nose. That could potentially involve other cars. We don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. 92 of 100. 92 laps of 100. Remember, we burned off lap 1 to pace to get set up. 92 of 100. 8 to go. Approaching 7 to go. 93 of 100. You're running out of time now. Still plenty of time, but you're starting to run low. You need to have your game plan in motion right now, and you need to be in striking position. And there you see the gap closed in some. The 54, the 17 closed in on the 2. You're going to start to see these guys start to push a little more heavily as those restrictions begin to lift. As the laps wind down, you're going to see them start to lock bumpers. You're going to see some big moves here. Get ready, strap in. We're not done yet, boys. 8 cars, it doesn't matter. You're going to see some action. You're going to see some potential. And then lurking in the background like a Black Widow spider are LMP and the 8, and they are coming. They are coming right now. 6 to go. And the pushes are getting heavier. Can't quite lock yet, but the pushes are getting heavier. Frosty trying to maintain all he can out there. But they have caught this group, though. LMP and West have caught this top group. Oh, we got some trouble. Zero. What happened to Zero? He kind of lost a little speed. That separated C. Elmo just a little bit. Maybe he's going to back up to this group that's coming towards him and pull them to him. I don't know, but that gap is really, really short. 5 laps to go in the 500. You can officially lock bumpers now. Let's see who locks. Let's see who pushes. Let's see what happens here. 54 away from the bumper of the 2. 17's got a little gap. That means that these drivers coming down the back stretch, LMP and West, are going to make this very, very interesting. That gap is closed, guys. These guys are here. These guys are here. No need to go back further than this, as those guys without a caution are out of contention. On board, Zero fan right here. Gonna have to close the gap. In the meantime, LMP and West gonna ride the high side. 4 to go in the 500. This is when you do all take, no give, you don't lift, and records are checkers at this point. You've got to push to go for all you know. And what are they going to do? High side could win the race. Now this is going to force C. Elmo to be a little more defensive. This is going to force the 17 to be more defensive. That's going to slow them down. It could have given Frosty a little bit of scapegoat to be able to get away with these guys battling, especially battling this higher lane. They got to do something, though. They're going to need a little bit of help. Zero trying to stay attached. At the same time, he's trying to get this group. Now they've linked up. 3 to go. Oh! Zero gets pushed out. Somebody comes down. Contact is made. Big mistake there. And that's going to slow them down quite a bit here. And you know what? I'm not going to lie. If I was in that situation, it probably would have been better to go ahead and lose the car and get that caution then to try and save the car, now you're out of contention. And that just kind of hurts the momentum of these guys. And now with 2 to go in this race, you got one more chance for a caution here. 98 of 100. And that was just one of those situations you have to learn from. You should have let that car go, let it spin out, get a caution, bunch to fill up. Yeah, you'll be the evil person of the league for a couple weeks, but you know what? Gives you one more fighting chance. Right now, you're not going to get that. In the meantime, it doesn't look like these guys are going to have to push hard to get back up to the front, and they're going to have to do it mighty quickly. And guess what? We're coming to 1 to go in this race. No more cautions. 1 to go for the 500. So now if you're C. Elmo, you don't have a lot to worry about coming from behind, at least not right now. What you got? Are you going to allow the 2 to go? You're just going to push him to victory? Or are you going to fight for your first ever win in BRL? Here they come down the back straightaway for the final time in this race. Approaching turn 3. What do you got? Still a gap there. Is he going to try to get a run entering turn 4? And exiting 4 for the final time, Frosty. Not a dominant race, but he'll take it. Frosty is going to win the BRL 500. What a race we witnessed here today as they go down to the back stretch for they go down to the back stretch so we can get the running order and some I mean, what a finish this was. What a race this was, especially toward the end. Mistakes were made, and we see what it cost them as they line up for the running order. What a race this was for all of these drivers in this. And I want to thank everyone for participating in this event and having a blast so far. As we get the running order, we know Frosty was first, C. Elmo second. So I just asked that, because I know there are some listening to the stream, I just asked that everyone line up briefly so I can get the running order, and then you guys can half edit. We can begin our post-race show. So I know that the 8 of West was up there, and I think it's the 91, and then I don't know beyond that. So we'll get the running order in a little bit. Everyone's going to have the running order for me, but I think I got the top 3 so far. And let's go ahead and begin our post-race show and festivities. Let's invite in Wes here, driver of the number 8 CMR Chevrolet. What a race that he had. Wes, please include your audio, man.
Yep.
Now, did you finish 3rd or 4th? I thought
4th.
you finished 3rd, correct? Oh, you finished 4th. Okay, well, we'll interview you anyway. Man, what a great race. Obviously, 4th place probably wasn't what you intended, as you had a very strong car. But just take us through overall your race in the 500 and how everything turned out for you.
I thought at the start I was pretty strong. I was breaking air and making that bubble a little threat to like Frosty and Zero. And I don't know what Zero problem was today, but he just seemed to be out to screw me and LMP at that finish. So, jeez, shouldn't have been like that.
Yeah, we know. I saw some tight battling and side drafting at the end. Let me tell you something. If you could have got up there to that group, what do you think that outcome could have been? Obviously, the goal is to win, but what do you think? Do you think we could have saw a tight photo finish? Do you think we could have saw a caution?
I don't know. Frosty and the 54, they didn't seem very organized compared to me and the 91, so I think we probably would have went on the outside, and me and the 91 would have got a 1-2 out of it.
Yeah, we saw some great action, and this really carries momentum for next week when we head to Monza. So all in all, not a bad finish, although I know you wanted that win more than anything. But we'll get you out of here on who you got to thank on this on a 4th place finish.
Yeah, I'd like to thank LMP for at least giving me a shot to get up there again. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have even been close.
All right, Wes finishes 4th. We went ahead and interviewed him anyway, and we'll get some more interviews here in a little bit. Thank you, Wes, for taking out time at the end of the race to talk with us. Let's talk with our 3rd place finisher, though, in LMP. I mean, what a great race he had. And we'll see if we can get some words in with him as he finishes 3rd place on the grid. So I got them mixed up. So we got LMP in here. Be sure to include your audio. Hey, man, excellent 3rd place finish. You look strong early in the race, man. Just kind of take us through that. I know this race for you had a lot of ups and downs. Just take us through that. It was a lot of action out there for such a small field. We always try to put on the show, man. And so from what have you been able to learn so far with your competition that you're battling against in what is your rookie start, your first race, official race in the series? What have you been able to put together, and how do you think that's going to help you for the remainder of this round? All right, well, 3rd place. Yeah, I see that 3rd place yields you 3rd place in points. Be sure to message me your laps led as well, as those yield you points as well. So, well, give a guesstimate. Guesstimate a little bit. Okay. Just message me that so I won't forget it, because my memory will be, as soon as I back out, I'll be like, okay, then what number did he say there? So just include that for me. And as a tradition up here in the booth, we like to get you out of here with who you got to thank. so we'll get the 91 out of here. He finishes third in his rookie start in BRL officially. Daytona, third place, not bad. And we're going to move on to our second place driver, and that will be the 54 of CMO. C. Elmo joins the booth. Be sure to include your audio, man. Second place finish. So close.
It's so close.
Man, take us through that, because you had a strong Yoda all night long. Take us through this race, man.
Sorry, my mic cut out. Can you please repeat that?
Yeah, I was just saying, man, you had a strong Yoda all race long, man. Take us through this. Take us through this race.
Yeah, first off, congrats to Frosty. He's never won a he's won a 500, but he's never won in this league, and I'm proud of him for that. And yeah, just wow. Didn't expect to be up there. I had a couple of early race incidents that I take blame. Clearly wasn't paying attention. One was net kid, but very, very solid, solid finish today. And yeah, we've just been working together with Zero and Frosty ever since, I believe, the restart. And when the pack started to fall off and it was just us three, we just merged together, pitted together, and we come out on top at the end.
Yeah, and you know, it's interesting because last season was a situation where it didn't seem like other manufacturer cars, especially not Toyotas, could draft well with the Chevys and Fords. But we saw Toyota, Chevy, Ford in one of those orders all race long.
Yeah.
Be able to draft together and be able to keep speed and really break away from the rest of the field. So that was really, really exciting. Now, how does this set you up? How do you think this sets you up for the rest of the season, especially the rest of this round?
Yes, it shows us that we have speed. It shows us we are contenders for wins. And I feel like if I keep this pace up, we're going to go win a race in the future. Multiple, probably.
All right. We're looking forward to that, especially in this league that's been dominated so much by the likes of Little Habibi. I mean, it's kind of refreshing to see a new driver, you know, claim victory lane or finish second. So that's awesome, man. And awesome paint scheme, awesome car, awesome show, man. Get you out of here. Well, who you got to thank, man? Who you got to thank tonight?
I want to thank you. First off, I want to thank you for letting me be able to come out here and race, first off. I want to thank you. I want to thank my sponsors at Pad, Toyota, everyone here. Just, wow. I'm super happy with this finish. As much as I wanted to win, I'm so happy with the second place.
No problem. And it was an awesome show. You're always welcome here in BRL.
Expect me to see me next week. I'll be here.
All right. We'll see you next week.
All right. Thank y'all.
All right. We've been waiting and let's do it now. Let's get our race winner in here. I'm pretty sure he is super excited. We got to get him in here and talk to him tonight before we sign out. Of course, I mean, we got to talk to this guy. It is the Frost, gets his first win in BRL, and it comes at the biggest stage in BRL. That is the BRL 500. Man, you're not just a race winner. You are a Daytona champion, Frosty. What is going on? Be sure to include your audio. Congratulations on the race win.
Thank you so much. First and foremost, all glory to God. You know, Jerry passed away a year ago. A close friend of mine, Jerry, passed away about a year ago, in a few days now. This is for him. He was with me that whole time. But you know, we have been here for so long with the same goal as racers, to not only perform on the track, but to make friends. And these people have rallied around me for the last year and a half, from all of the ups and downs to Dale saying that I can't finish a race in the 23 car. Oh my gosh, this is really special. And with the timing of everything, this is amazing. Thank you to yourself, beloved, for helping me out. Zero, Coleman, Slay, who's watching from his TV. This is insane. Never in 100 years.
Now, bro, I have to say, because early in the race, you know, it was West, and we saw the 46. Obviously, we saw CLMO up there battling it out, and we saw Hyundai. We saw a few drivers up there. We didn't necessarily see you too much. You and Zero Fan, we saw you run about third, and then you got shuffled back. But late in that race, you really turned it on. Was it that you found a niche that you could capitalize on, or was it that was it a part of your game plan to kind of hold back a little bit? Just take us through the evolution of your race.
Yeah, that was absolutely a strategy call. We knew from the beginning. You saw, heck, we went from, I would say pole, really third place. We went from the first car loaded in on the grid to about head first in a wall with 11, and we made it back. But the real goal today was to survive. I know Slay needs these points, so to be able to really capitalize and get good points is a lot, but the real goal was survival. We knew from the beginning. Another thank you to LMP. He was a really good strategist. We were looking at it towards the end, and when LMP fell back after that one restart, we kind of knew it was going to be me, Coleman, and Zero. And we just kind of thought it out and knew that the best way to survive and win the race was to play our cards right, not do anything out of the extreme, and it finally worked out.
All right, awesome, man. Awesome win. And so now with that win, what's your perspective now for the rest of the, obviously you're locked into the next round. So what's your perspective now for the rest of the round as we approach these races?
Well, this has never happened before. To be quite frank with you, we never really had this feeling before, so I think that the best goal for us is to continue to execute the best we can, but to get this weight lifted off my shoulders, especially in the Daytona 500, especially in the 2-car that Cindric wanted in this year, it's really special. So now we're just going to keep going to work. The champagne and the multiple Samuel Adams in my garage are going to be disposed very well tonight. But in about 7 days from now, we'll be going back to work.
Awesome, man. Awesome run. Awesome show, and congratulations for your first ever win and on the biggest stage, man. Who you got to thank? Well, you done thanked about everybody already, but go ahead and run through the list one more time.
One last time, you've been helping me. I remember from the very beginning when I got called in to do the booth. Woozy, who was like, you need to text Sam Cook right here, right now. That was back in the end of 2020. I didn't end up reaching out until January, but Woozy definitely helped me become, I guess you'd call me a veteran in this league. It's like my third time season, but honestly, it's insane. Beloved for helping me from the beginning. I know that I was put up to this quote-unquote admin stand because our homie Ghost Train is not with us this season, but he has helped me transition really nicely. Thank you, Beloved. I didn't DNF we ran the same paint scheme that he ran last week and I ran this week. I didn't flip until after the flag. But really, everybody that has helped me get to this point, Mom, Dad, they're off sleeping. They're in La La Land. Obviously, Jerry, really close friend of mine that we lost about a year ago now. He was with me in my non-existent passenger seat tonight. Coleman, Zero, LMP, everybody that's had my back over the last year and a half. This is wild.
All right, well, congratulations, and we'll see you over in Monza next week for that run.
I'll go annoy Slay.
All right.
Finally win.
Definitely.
Thank you so much.
No problem, man. No problem. And so with that, let's round out what we saw so far. We saw Frosty able to get his first victory. What does this do? Really, this sets him up for the rest of the round. For the monkey's off his back, at least for the rest of this round. And then when we go to Sonoma, this is going to give him starting spot, number 1 spot at Sonoma, barring if any other drivers don't win multiple races in this round. But really, it allows him to focus on honing his skills and preparing for round number 2. Also, because he strikes gold, when we go to Indianapolis, also he's going to start on the pole. And then what I was saying was, as far as starting first is Sonoma, he's going to have number 1 points if he can keep those points. But this is just an excellent start for him and for this team, as a lot was riding on his shoulders over there at his new team, SXR, to provide team points for our champion and for his teammate and Michael in the 22. Unable to be present here. This was a big race. He's going to need those team points, which means they had to go out there and earn them, and he was able to do just that. So what an amazing run that they had so far. But we also learned a lot. There's some drivers that are already in trouble and need to turn their season around fast. Are they going to be able to do it? Well, in order to get the answer to that question, you're just going to have to tune in. So tune in next Friday at 11:30 Eastern, where we go green flag at Monza, the slight oval style race. We ran there a couple seasons ago. We'll be there again. Who's going to be able to strike gold once again? Will it be a familiar face, or will it be another rookie or a new driver coming in and making their name known in BRL? You will find out. If you enjoyed this race, please by all means hit that follow button, hit that sub button. We appreciate all your support. And to catch more BRL races, check us out over there on the YouTube side of things, Stream Monster 27, where you can catch BRL Season 3, Season 2, Season 1, as well as vintage old school racing back on the previous NASCAR 14s and 15s and etc. It's been my pleasure to bring to you BRL Racing from Daytona for the 500, the start of the season. And we will see you next week. Sam Cook signing out.